TV. Entertainment like never before.
There's no need to not celebrate what's looking very right. The world is see this guy. See this guy, you're on. Love to work like that. It doesn't sound so good, but we should be celebrating today. You could say Happy New Month. You could say Happy December 1. You could say Happy New Day. You could say Happy Monday. Everything is happy about the time. But the only thing not looking happy on the timeline is probably what's going on in the country at this point in time. We've heard about the bandits in Kogi, Kwara, a lot to be talked about in Nigeria. And it gives me that urge to ask questions like, which way Nigeria? It's really, really appalling to share with you all of those stories. But regardless, we just keep praying for life, and then we believe that the nation happens to be a very good place and a very better place for us to live. But quickly, let's start up on the show this day. Welcome to the Sports Republic Timeout. And it's that time where we'll give you sport the news. We'll go around the world of Formula One, tennis, basketball, every of those sporting activities. But we like to start off with one where we have one Nigerian player on the mix. Samuel Chukwueze has made his mark, and this time around he has now won the first play of the match for himself, for his club side. Individual brilliance played out against Tottenham Hotspur in the English Premier League. Good to see Samuel Chukwueze on this road, and then we'll also be looking into so many things. We'll look into the game that was played yesterday, the very big derby, the London derby, where Chelsea, for me, I'll say my opinion, we're the better side. Maresca, the lads, Arteta. A lot of talk points I'll be looking into on the show this very day. But we need to connect with the man live here in the studio. Adeni Yojo is with me on the show, so we'll be talking this through. We take it bit by bit just as it unfolds, and then we get to that very phase. And also, there's the news about the Super Eagles, and there's also news about the Nigerian Football Federation, who happen not to be my friend. I'm not a fan of the Nigerian Football Federation. If they do it right, then I should be singing their praises. But at this point in time, debt, a lack of transparent, inadequate funding, and the rest of that thing, all of the things that's about the federation does not look good. And you know, someone said to me, he said everything is not looking right in Nigeria, and I'm like, what are you saying? He said, let's talk about the economy, let's talk about the education, let's talk about, he said, the most annoying of them all is even the sports that brings us together, that unites us. We're not doing well, and you're owing people, and yet you want to be in the news for something very good. That's is so bad. But yes, with me, Adeni, you're welcome to the show this day. Great to have you join us. I'm very, very happy. It's been a while you've been off the show, but yeah. I know what it took me. You must be back on the show so we can talk. But let's talk about Chukwueze quickly. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for having me. So good to be here again.
So, Chukwueze is in the news. Nigerian Super Eagles ready for the AFCON. I don't know how ready they are, but Samuel Chukwueze is one man we've talked about his talent, and we can't take away what we've seen in him within a short time. He made a move from AC Milan to Fulham on loan. He's not really owned this game, let's be factual. But picking up the man of the match against Tottenham Hotspur in a very big game that I felt like we just see small of Chukwueze. He stole the show.
Yeah, to quote, when I talk about Chukwueze, I used to say he is one of the players that I have said here, times the number, that I would not want to see in Super Eagles anymore. But you could see that's one thing about Eric Chelle. He wants to have a good manager. You could see how he has picked from, and how his game has really, really changed over the international break. You know, when he comes home to play for the national team. But I'm so happy to see that he has improved, has gotten better, and at least to win the man of the match, or to get the man of the match award in a Premier League game for a loanee, I should say. It goes a long way, and good one for me.
Good one for you. But let's talk about this one. This doesn't sound, this is like worst of them all. The news we're about bringing to you now doesn't sound friendly. Let's be factual. It's so wrong. It's so bad. It's about the Nigerian Football Federation. Now, it's not just about talking about this personality or these people. This is my club side. Yeah, so you know, I play for the MPFL club side. So this is where signed in from the Football Academy, Western Half under Kwara Football Academy, and then got signed to Kwara United some years back. And when I see things happen to my alma mater, I know I feel so bad. But not just about because I'm a Kwara United player, ex-player to say, but because of I know how far these players put in a lot of jobs, put in work. And see, because of how the nation is at this point in time, if Wiki Torres, a club side in the MPFL wants to sign me, I will not go. My parents will say no. My family will definitely say no. You would not want to make a move to Wiki Torres because these players are traveling a long distance by bus. And you know the insecurity in Nigeria as it stands at this point. Till we see things right. That being said, in Kwara, a lot is happening. In Kogi as well, we've heard a lot. But recently now, Kwara United are the defending champion of the FA Cup. Their prize money is still withheld. 50 million naira by one certain body. And I think John Fashion said they are like a cult. That's the word, he called them. Fashion, when we had him on the show, ex-Wimbledon player, won the FA Cup, big player, during his playing time. He said the Nigerian Football Federation, they are like a cult. You can't break them. And if you come in to try to break them, they will fall you off. So let's talk about Kwara United at Denny. Old last season FA Cup win, and the NFF recently have refused to pay that money. Were they giving the money? Yes, but they're still holding this money.
I don't know when this issue of NFF and money scandals or money issues.
Is it all about the money for them?
That's why former Nigerian international fashion said it's like a cult.
Right.
Because it's a system, or let's say it's an institution whereby there's no accountability. You just do whatever you want. For me, it's like a political party.
Oh, that's how they run our
football. That's how they run our football. It's like a political party. So you can do whatever you want. So far, you're on the side of the winning party. You are immune to any form of, shall I say, corruption, allegations or whatever. You are not accountable to anything. Just take the money, embezzle it, and do whatever you want. So this is not the first time, and I'm not surprised. But this is bad. It's absurd. You won a tournament, give them their prize money, and you are withholding their funds. Why? You didn't give any reason. You didn't talk to the board. Most people come outside to come and shout before you actually give them their money. And I think Kwara United should take NFF to court.
Okay, now we have this. Let's get it full quickly so we can say this clearly. Now look at this. Now look at your screen. You have this Nigerian Football Federation, Office of the General Secretary, and this is all Football Association secretaries or secretaries. That's the word. Now look at this. They are wanting people to sign on this. This is a paper. This is a paperwork. This is official, right? Now they are wanting people to put pen to paper on this. But we are yet to see them, do the needful. So I'm going to read it so you can understand. I'm going to read it. I'll go close to it and I'll get you close to it. That's the word. Now, all Football Association secretaries, the subject is 2026 President Federation Cup registration. Now, they are wanting players to get to register. Now, the date is out there. This was a previous one, 27 November 2025. And the club registration, the dates, the actions, and there's always an action. Now, below are the guidelines. Now, I'll read from the number one. The first one says the registration fee for men is 200,000 naira, and the women is 150 as well, 50,000 naira. Then fine for yellow cards, 10,000 naira. So I don't want us to go into a lot of, reading these things, but it's about this federation. They want us to do it their way, but they fail to do it the way it needs to be. Now, you cannot be telling people to get to register. Now, register for what? For the one we've seen, the money is not yet dropped out. The money is not yet accounted for. And you're wanting people to get into what you do. And this is the registration. You have to pay this money to them.
Imagine.
So, I don't know. I don't know how well. Thank God for the media. That's the word. One thing is inevitable. We like to do this all the time. We paid for this, so we paid to talk. Right?
No.
We need to say, actions will come. Actions is yet to come. But the question is, I feel, if you ask me, I think this is getting out of the federation. This is supposed to be talked about. Now, not just about, because we have our president that governs the nation, the number one citizen. The time, I think as of 2021, he cleared the bills. And how do you give some certain people a huge sum of money and they are not, okay, you know what we do now? Let's leave that one. Let's just drift a bit and talk about Samuel Eto'o Fields quickly on the show. Now, another 4 years for Cameroon football. Eto'o is now the president of Cameroon FA. I'm going to liken this to Nigeria. High level, top-notch personality. He's played the game to a level. It wasn't long with Sammy Kelly be coming out to say, I'm concerned about this. If I get on this job, it will not be wrong. So I can say this and I can vividly say, before I don't like to talk about this, but right now we can say that the hands that is running our affairs don't know this job enough. See, administrative-wise, I look at their CVs and I look at how far they've come and I'm like, this is not what it is. These people don't even know how to run this affair. Before you can say, as a presenter, you don't have to say, but you have like 10 times backup to say that. No, it's clear. It's clear. Now, look at what's going on now. Registration, they need to register. Now, Eto played the game. He knows the game. Not just about playing the game. He went administrative-wise. How many of them, even those that we know, that are players, that we feel like should be on the game, what is he doing?
You know, it's unfortunate that we find ourselves, you know, in this kind of situation in Nigeria. If you look, not only football, if you see other ministries in Nigeria, people heading these ministries or some agencies or departments, they don't even have the, how would I call it, the qualifications or the criteria to be the head,
to be on the job,
or to be heading those ministries. For aviation, for instance, a lawyer is heading the Ministry of Aviation. You understand? So I just want to encourage you. I just want to just maybe talk to the legends in the game, likes of them, JJ, and these are the people that should be heading our FAs.
Yeah.
They should go to school of management. They should go and get these certificates. Well, we can say our football has been politicized. That's another problem. Politics has destroyed Nigerian football.
Can it be taken off?
It's going to be very, very difficult. Because it's all about money now. It's all about money. And even if you go to school, you go and study in Cambridge, you go to Harvard Business School, whatever, and you come down to Nigeria, you still have to, you know, pay homage to some certain people. You still have to go and meet some very, very key people that have vested interest in just not just the football, but the politics in football. Because that's where the money is. And until we try to like separate politics and football, people like them, JJ, Kanu, and the rest of them, Mikel, okay, if you have the money, if you have the exposure, go and get these certificates. Once people come, we want to head our FA. And then Nigerians will rally around.
Let me be factual with you. I have a problem with our ex-internationals. And anytime I talk about the Super Eagles, the Eagles, we used to call them, you know, back in the time, I feel so ashamed. Few of these people, just few of them understand the game. I always say it, Saudi Arabia, the football, you saw how much they've played and they've put in, and you can see Al Khalifi, some of this, talk about these people who have invested a lot. Now look into the money that they are investing on their league. Saudi have Saudi back cycle, the golf world. That's what Saudi Arabia. Now it's about people knowing how to invest their money in the right place. Saudi Arabia have done it. Morocco is really on fire at this point. Now look at our ex-internationals. The man Allah is doing well. He is the sporting director of Saudi Arabia. Sporting director for everything you see Ronaldo on the limelight and the rest of that. That's the man on top of the game. That's the man Allah. Olofin plays for Wolves. He's the head man for Chelsea, scouting news for African players. So you can see how big these guys are. These are people who played the game and said, no, we just, Toure. You see, because you can say him. You see Kolo Toure. Now, our let's even say it. Okocha himself. We know what happened, what he did in Delta. Not even so good. Now, it's not just about going to get this thing, like Ivani said. Do they want it? I don't know if they are scared to come in. I saw Mikel's write-up, Mikel's on his podcast, and I'm like, Mikel, no choice. We need people like that.
They don't want to involve themselves in politics.
Why?
Because it's a dirty game.
Why is the game politics?
And for me, I believe it's a very, very selfish thing because they believe, likes of them, Mikel, Gigi, and the rest, they believe they made money and they have other investments.
So they don't care.
But if you know you're a very patriotic person and you see how football development in your country is going down the drain, you should try as much as possible to want to better the system. How do you better the system? Get involved in the system. So the more your involvement, both in money, both in how you want to participate in the development of grassroots football or whatever in all levels, there are ways they can come together. It's just that there's no unity. If the 1990 sets and the early 2000 sets and the 2010 sets and the mid 2010 sets come together, or mid 2020 sets come together, they form like a faction. They can dethrone or they can chase away these old men or these politicians. They can take it. That's the only way to like dissociate politics from our football. Any other way, I don't think it is possible as far as I'm concerned. Honestly, they should just even if you have maybe investment in Spain, in whatever, there's nothing like own investment. Come home and invest. We need to get this right. How long is this going to continue? Look at the old men running our football. Money 50 million, you cannot pay the money. Every market day, we keep hearing that NFF is refusing to pay this money. They are owing this person money. If they are not owing a coach, they are refusing to pay this person. They are refusing to pay this person. How long will this continue? Just if we don't have this money. Where's the money going? It's not accountability. You will be NFF president for 4 years. If what the kind of money that you will steal, it's not as if all this kind of appointment is like a way to wealth. They are going there to serve.
It's a responsibility.
It's a responsibility. It's not about duty. But for these people, it's utility. How you want to make money? It's a money-making scheme. It's a money-making venture. Just steal the money. Money is coming from FIFA. Money is coming from maybe from the presidency. Just steal the money, and nobody will say anything. Why? How long will this continue? Look at South Africa. Look at Morocco. Look at other African countries.
Getting better.
Doing better.
Someone is saying the more we are losing it, the more
do you know how bad it is? Look at Lagos, for instance. Look at Nigeria. Look at the AstroTurfs in Lagos where we play football. They are owned by private individuals. How many AstroTurfs aside from even Patoranki that is not even a footballer? Look at the facility he built. And we have a football federation. We have ex-internationals that can do these things, that can build these infrastructures. It is sad. It is disheartening. Can't come like Mikel or maybe like JJ, can't I just have a football academy somewhere and train and like build talents and export them out there
and make
money?
But I think the problem is this. I think we don't see Nigerians don't see sports as a business. I think that's what it is. We don't know, because when I watch some of these MPFL games, I feel so bad. One-sided fans, less publicity, social media. A lot of them don't even have a social media account. Last post is out of date, outdated. So it's a lot. It's about how, if the body is not looking, if the head is not looking so right, you don't expect so much.
It's the foundation for me.
So if you want, but how do we go from here? Which way? Are they supposed to be, for us to get or make it right? Because I was watching Hakimi's interview, and he kept on giving reference to, Mohammed VI, talking about the president, talking about the way they've turned Morocco to Morocco is a very tourist.
We need to go back.
Have you been to Morocco? It's quite different from what people used to know it as before. You go to Rabat, you go to Marrakech, you're seeing the different. Not about because of the sporting things.
Look at the tourism itself.
So you can see
beautiful country.
So they know what they need to put in place. But now take it. Nations Cup is coming. We'll just move into that part now. Let's go to the AFCON talk. Let's talk about the Super Eagles expectation. But before we get there, it would interest you to know, 19 years and counting, we've still not seen a Nigerian of doing the officiating job, a referee, not even the VAR, not even assistant referee. No Nigerian. I saw countries like Chad, Sao Tome and Principe, Somalia, no Nigeria. So
it's absurd.
But the other day, I think we saw His Excellency. Let's move put with His Excellency Ibrahim Musa Gusau, NFF president. I think they were giving this license to referees. FIFA give out. It was 200 million naira, $200,000. That's the word. Yes, to the federation. Let's have referees, build them up, and the rest. So all those money they give them, where is it going to? You see why it's not about certificate. You might have it, yes, paperwork. Paper, this is my work. But it still don't guarantee you. Because corruption, if 19 years, this is a bad one for Nigeria, and you say African champions, 3-time champions, you say, I know they call Nigeria African champion. For me, it's no. Because how do you go from here where you have a set of people that can't make out, we can't even bring out one referee, like one official, just one. See, more even manage. Maybe they do last man work. No name. I don't see any name like. If
or even to be holding the substitution board. Okay, it is a Nigerian that is part of. You should just say Nigerian. If we see one, we can celebrate.
Now this shows the level of corruption and how political they've made our football look. But which way? How do we go? Let's talk about the Nations Cup. Are we ready? Morocco.
Yeah, we're very ready.
I think it's 20 days more. In 20 days time.
Yeah, just unfortunate that we missed out on the intercontinental playoffs. The squad is not very balanced. Everybody can say, we're going to miss a very crucial. Benjamin Frederick is injured.
Yeah,
that's just it's so sad. Fantastic player. But for me, we are very ready.
We are very ready. Have Chelle found his footing? Have we found his first 11?
Yes. For me, the team is now very balanced and well structured. Tactical wise, technical wise, even the mentality of the players, you can see it has really, really changed. You can see how they're giving their all now, they're putting their best now when they are on the field. We are not seeing the Super Eagles of 2-3 days ago. They are very, very, very lackadaisical on the field. They are being as if they are senior men. We don't have that anymore. Now, once you are wearing that jersey, you put in your best, you fight, you give it everything you've got.
So, toughest group.
So
toughest group for you.
Toughest group for me.
Yeah.
That would be.
Okay. It was the hardest. What hardest?
That would be Group F.
The Group F.
Yeah, the Ivory Coast, Cameroon, and Gabon.
Mozambique, very, very toxic place to be. What about the simplest? If there's a word like that, simplest.
The simplest.
Easiest.
The easiest for me.
I know it's nothing like easiest in football anymore in African shows, but which one would you just pick and say, yes, this one looks quite easy?
Senegal.
What about the group? What about the first group?
The first group, Morocco, Mali. Morocco beat everybody there.
Beat everybody.
They beat everybody. They beat Mali.
So the toughest for you is the group F.
That Egypt, that group B is very strong too. Egypt, South Africa, Angola. Angola is a very strong footballing nation. Zimbabwe too. They are not underdogs. They came here too. They drew us. Remember?
So what about Nigeria? See.
Nigeria, Tunisia, Uganda, Tanzania. That's a walk away. If you don't
walk away. That's the one. It's always a walk away.
We should be able to top this group.
So why did we not top the qualifier World Cup? Can I remind you about the countries there?
No, you can see. No, we had
Republic.
We had bad. How do I call it?
Bad start.
Yeah, poor start due to administrative issues. Do you understand? Changing of managers and all of that. But if we had, like, I had Eric Chelle, I'm very sure it's South Africa that will bring the playoffs.
So Eric Chelle will bring the transition we need.
He has brought the transition already.
Oh, he has brought it.
He has brought the transition already. So you can see that we have a different Eagles, and he doesn't have selection problem anymore.
Okay.
Those senior men that used to bring, no, this was my boy, this is my boy. We don't have that anymore.
No slots. So you don't think Eric Chelle is being manipulated?
No.
Okay, look at the screen now. AFCON 2025 preliminary list. This is goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders, forward, still looking quite blank. And we've been talking. The federation, the CAF, the body has given a lot of countries, especially Nigeria, want to see your list. Now, this is preliminary list. So who should be filling on this vacuum? Who should not be on the team? Who should not make this lineup? Recently, we heard about Boniface. He's in the contention of coming back. So is there compensation for Eric Chelle?
He should be invited.
He should be invited.
Or the forward line.
And then he say they do your face when they talk. He should be invited now.
He should be invited.
Wait, now I don't understand. Like why? Don't get me wrong. How I always ask this question for Nigerian coaches: what is their criteria for selection? If you happen to be the coach, you're working with Eric Chelle, what would you advise him every day when you wake? Say, Eric Chelle, this is how you. Who should be in the team? Who should be making the back line, the staff? Who should be? What's your criteria? Is it just about Nigeria missed out the World Cup? Boniface was not. Aroko Dare, others ones going to start. We'll just bring them back. Is there compensation?
Personally, for me, if I was to pick forward line, I would drop Tolu. I'll pick Boniface.
Why?
Because we have this problem of relying on.
You have a fact, anyways. Go on.
If you see our last game against Congo, when Osimhen got injured, we brought in Tolu, and for like 30-something minutes, I didn't see this guy on the field. He has the height, he has the physique, you have the legs. But what's the problem? What is the problem? So for me, if we had Boniface in that game, he will make more impact than Tolu. I stand to be corrected on this.
Nigerians we too talk. We talk like
I don't know who invited this guy.
If we had Boniface as well, people will still talk. Boniface, before he got off, it was a lot of talk for the coaches. See, I don't know. I think the word is, if you ask me, I think my criteria for selection would be, you should be part of your club football.
Of course, yes.
Aroko Dare from Genk made a move to Wolverhampton. And
Wolves are struggling. They don't want to. I don't know.
So let me say, benefit for doubt will not be wrong. But I'm just saying, the Nations Cup is coming close. No one's talking about Civitas anymore. I feel like they give Civitas a chance. Come on, just test and go. You know. But I would advise Eric Chelle. You saw the list some minutes ago. If you want to make it out of this, we could say Nigeria was not so good, but we still made it to the AFCON final the last time in Ivory Coast.
Thanks to
thanks to
Osimhen.
I say thanks to the coach for me, if you ask me, Eric Chelle. You might say you're not a fan of Eric Chelle, he's not playing good football, not fantastic enough. The team is, but 1-0, it was a style of play. We don't have that fluidity, that flexibility when containing the game, when dominating, because Nigerians or Nigerian Spigos are known as a dominating side. We are the playing side. We should be playing the side. We should be the one dominating the game. But that being said, we are now playing against countries that know us very well. See, no fear. Nobody fear Nigeria. You know.
I think the fear factor is back.
Back? How? How is it back?
It's back because you can see the games we've played during the qualifiers. You can see that most of the teams that normally they're always front-footed when they are playing Nigeria. Now you can see that now they are now like always
if you want to say that, you saw the.
So the fear factor is back for me. Like this group now, we might beat Tunisia, we'll beat Uganda, we'll beat Tanzania. That's nice.
And then you saw. See how you talk. You don't plan for your dream. It does not work like that. Now let me tell you. See, I need to introduce myself again to you. My name is Kizike Mbuku. So you know, I think I've been telling everyone coming around. I'm not more a Nigerian. This thing. Congo rules me now. That's the name I want to. Because see, I like success. I like to be part of people that do so well. I watched the Nigeria-Congo game. What happened in the second half, the transition was, Eric Chelle must be very careful. Congo stole the show. Aside of the penalty, some say it's a lucky one, Nigeria looming the ball off. I saw Congo side, they were hungry. Nigeria, we were delaying like we were better off in the penalty. Now, I said to someone, it's not about Nwabali being so good on the post. Do we have those legs? You saw Eric Chelle change. He took off a front man and brought in Awazim. Why? So these are things that I feel like at this point I'm getting shocked at Eric Chelle's game.
I just want him to, like, we need a better replacement for Osimhen. In case, a better substitute, let me say, not a replacement, a better substitute for Osimhen, in case something happens. Because with Osimhen's style of play, he's prone to injuries. Just because of his intensity and his aggressiveness on the ball and off the ball. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. So we need a player that can, that can pose a threat to the opposing team. You cannot take over Osimhen and look at Nigeria is finished. If there's no Osimhen on the field, there's nothing like Super Eagles again. We don't want that anymore.
All right, so quickly let's run about the big one that happened yesterday right there. Very, very big game. And I could say, Arteta, the record is still out there. He's never lost at Stamford Bridge as a manager. And also, we've seen Arsenal not lost in the last 6 meetings against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. For 162 Premier League games, Arsenal started without Gabriel Magalhaes and also Saliba. Good to be talked about. Before the very game, Chelsea had 9 wins in the last 11. And we also did see Arsenal 12 wins in 13. But let's talk about the PGMOL. The record about Moise Caicedo. There's been a talk about that one. Was it a red card? And they asked Maresca, Enzo Maresca, what do you make about the red card? Was it a red card? He said, I saw it very well. It was a red card. But he's fuming. He's upset with what happened on the 1st of November 2025, where we did see Bentancur, same challenge. You can see this. Although some are saying, when you go on a slow, it becomes worse. But when you come, you see it is not so aggressive. But I like to say this and I like to make it out clear. John Brook and also Eddie Smart, who happened to be the VAR on that very game, saw it very well. And the reason why that red card stood and the reason why people are saying it should not be a red card, some say it's not a red card, but we must give it to the Spanish international, Mika Brunold, who was quick enough to release the ball. Just maybe Caicedo wasn't, this is his first red card. In one time, I think one of the 30 games he has played, 130 games he's played so far in the Premier League. In his career, he's never received a red card. So some say he's aggressive. I don't want to agree with them. Chelsea started with physicality, intensity, and the rest of that. But what happened yesterday was about the quickness. How quick Merino was. He saw it, the ball was coming. I mean, look at the scanning, and then he released the ball in quick succession. And as soon as he just did that, Caicedo was quite late. So there was no way that contact would just come in and now. I like to say this. Caicedo had a one-tap with was unnecessary on I think he was so aggressive on the game. Now, I thought overzealousness proved to be his downfall. Former Brighton man was expelled in the 34th minute for a crunching challenge on Mika Brunold, who was very fast. But Caicedo and Brunold both stayed down after the tackle, and the referee Anthony Taylor, who was the 6th match officiating that very game, gave that card. But was there an on-field review? That was a check before that card came out. Pitch side monitor, he went to check it and clearly showed Caicedo going into the tackle with stored raised. It's a now, which connected with Merino's ankle. That could have broken his ankle. But Taylor overturned our review. But then the statement is out there by the PGMOL releasing, saying on Moise Caicedo challenge. The official explained to the crowd, explained to the people on the outside that Caicedo's challenge amounted to serious foul play. And the PGMOL have now released their own statement on the incident. After the review by the VAR, the referee overturned the original decision, like I said, but Caicedo was issued a red card for serious foul play, and the post from the Premier League Match Center on X, formerly known as Twitter, reads, referee announcement, after review, Chelsea 25 makes a challenge with excessive force and endangers the safety of the opponent. Therefore, my final decision is red card. That's from Anthony Taylor. But Chelsea were on top before Caicedo signed off. But, at the end, let's not just go into this deep talk because of time constraint. Was it a red card for you?
It's a red card. Tackles like that can send the player to the hospital.
Yeah.
We played these games too, and I had something very similar like that last year.
On the pitch?
On the pitch too. And I was at home for I think 3 months. Very, very similar. In fact, just the same thing. and I was home for 3 months. I didn't even go to the office for 3 months. So it's good to actually, give this kind of punishment.
Right.
So that things like this, it's football. These things happen. It's a contact sport, but you can be more careful. But for me, it's a red card. There's no way.
There's no way. But when you look at it, let's say unlike red cards for denying a clear goal.
If you look at the tackle itself, you can see that it's like the ankle itself.
Yeah.
So you can break someone's ankle like that now. It's a very, very dangerous tackle.
Now, when you look into it, that's something like say unlike a red card for denying a clear goal scoring opportunity and 2 bookable offenses, which carries a 1-game ban, sending off a serious foul on player. But let's tell you this: as a result of what you saw, Caicedo now will not be available for Chelsea midweek clash with Leeds United at Ellen Road, as well as the Blues battle with Bournemouth and Everton on December 6 and 13 respectively. So a big blow for Chelsea. The South American will be eligible to play against Atalanta in the Champions League on December 9th, though he might return to domestic action against Cardiff in the FA Cup on December 16. However, Chelsea will not play in the Premier League until Chelsea's trip to Newcastle, and then that's for December 20th, leaving Maresca without his chief midfield enforcer for the next 3 weeks in domestic football. But with James Amologoso can fill that vacuum alongside Enzo Fernandez and Andres Santos. They've got players who can do the job. But Maresca missing out with Caicedo. How of a blow is this for Chelsea?
Yeah, it's a huge blow for them. But good news is they have very good squad depth.
Yeah, replacement as well. So
for me, it's not really a problem for Chelsea. But this December now with the fixtures, it will affect the team.
For a team chasing the league, the Premier League.
Are they chasing the league?
They are chasing the league.
I don't think they're chasing the league.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. They're just chasing maybe Champions League qualification, but I don't think they can chase Arsenal.
What about City?
City today they're not trying to get them. So
5 points clear now.
Nobody can chase Arsenal team.
Okay, so Adeni, why you say no one can chase an Arsenal side? You're a Man United fan, sounds from the pundit point of view. And what side was better yesterday in the London derby? The London derby better was.
Arsenal was the better side for me due to game management.
Okay.
Yeah, because of before the red card, they were not too slow, but they managed the game very, because I watched the game. They managed the game very well. It was after the red card. They now started playing their football, because definitely Chelsea's one-man shot. So, but for me, it's game management for me. That's why Arteta has really, really succeeded this season. Game management.
Yeah, he has it.
He has it.
Against Bayern, we saw it.
You could see. So, I don't know the kind of structure he has built around his management team. So you can see that going into games, the way they address games, the way they meet games, the way they face their opponents, tactical wise, even on the technical side of it too, they've been very, very exquisite. They've been very, very, very calculative. They know who to put in, they know who to substitute. Unlike before that, they don't have good squad depth. Now, if there's no Martinelli, they have Trossard.
Yeah.
You understand? And they don't have 9. This same Arsenal team, and you can see their performances.
Gyökeres came in, but see, you talk about number 9. We did see that one that happened at the end of the game, just close by the end of the game. And Ian Wright said a lot. He said, if it was me, just there, I would have told you and team, I would have screamed. All you needed to just shout. Say, if possible, push him off and go with the head, because Arsenal needed that game. They needed that point, knowing fully well that Chelsea and City are chasing. But for Anthony Taylor, he's officiating. My friend said to me, yes, so my producer watched the game. We saw the game together, and he said a word to me. He said, Anthony, before the game, before the cards, he said, Anthony Taylor go use yellow card. He go use cards to play this match. And at the end of the day, it wasn't long, he said, so we saw that red card.
And he's an amazing referee.
Yeah, big referee anyway.
An amazing referee. Someone that I really, really respect is officiating. When he's on the field, he commands this respect, and players respect him a lot. Yeah,
it's the 6th time he has been involved in this London derby. But let's quickly move on. Caicedo sent off. How would this affect Chelsea, like you said? Will it affect him very well? In short words.
It will affect the team.
The team?
It will affect the team. Because he's like the block. He's like the Makelele of this current Chelsea side.
Yeah.
So you get it will affect them. People are saying Rhys James, and inform Rhys James to
well,
play for.
Rhys James is world class, but there's a difference when you're being converted to the midfield and when you're born to do it from the midfield. But let's go on. Tactical approach paid out as well on the game for the Premier League games. If you did see all of them, yes, just see more of those games, highlights on YouTube as well. But quickly, Arne Slot kept Salah out for the first time in 54 games, and that's paid off. Tactical approach, Florian Wirtz stole the show, man of the match. How did Arne Slot do this?
They've been saying ever since Liverpool, when they did their 007, their 007,
right?
Their first 7 games
The loss, you mean?
You know, the victories.
Okay, the one they got first of all.
The one they got first. People were saying, Liverpool's back. I said, no, they have a problem. Because they were struggling to win. And the problem was always Mo Salah. Yes, he has had a fantastic season. This is the guy that has carried Liverpool all the years. But he has dropped form.
Yeah, true.
Now, this decision alone has saved Arne Slot's job.
The picture on TV looks quite funny. I mean, Salah says, shut up, don't talk about me, don't talk about
No,
me.
there's nothing, we can say. Because this decision by Arne Slot has saved his job for me.
I like to hold you responsible. You said something that got me off guard on radio, and I said, I'm not going to take it from you. But that's opinion, like personally, as whatever, away from here. You said Salah is a problem.
Yeah.
So Salah has been Liverpool's problem.
It has been Liverpool's problem.
How?
Because for me, link-up play, it doesn't track back. The Salah of 3, 4, 5 years when we had the Mane and Firmino, it's not the same Salah we have now. Last season, yes, it was phenomenal. It was outstanding. But you can see this season now, maybe with the new legs in the team, maybe they've not been able to like gel, to understand each other. But over the past 6 or 7 games, he has always been the weak link. Him and Konate. I believe they should actually bench Konate too. They should look for another.
All right, so
Salah, attacking line, Salah is the problem.
So saying I won't take it from Adeniyi on the show, that's my opinion, not just your opinion. It's not a view opinion. This is me just saying. Personally, I feel like Salah is not the problem. I feel like Salah, we don't expect, Salah used to be the man in 20 goals. We expect him up by now. He must have scored off goals, but I think the thing is, his contract was not supposed to be renewed. If you have asked me, and Salah would have left a long time ago before now. No, just like last season, maybe just last season, when the vision was so high. But sometimes in life, there are things that we call good punishment. Salah can watch back and now say that, yes, this team can actually do without me. Isak scored his first goal, and he needs to up his game. Whenever Salah is on fire, we know world-class player, world-class Egyptian, we've seen at the World Cup. Whenever he's on fire, you already know Liverpool will dominate. So, and then he said, but Isak getting his first goal, how of a boost is this for the Swedish?
It's a big boost for him. We've been waiting for Isak to get things running at Liverpool. But for me, this is a big boost for him. I'm very, very certain that this December is going to score more this December.
So is Liverpool back? Winning away? Are they back?
For me, yeah, they're back.
This just one match like this now. Like this now, don't come
They've
back.
not really had problems. It's just that coordination and the Salah effect or the Salah issue.
You're really strict on this Salah issue.
For me, it has always been the problem. And the defensive line again, especially Konate. I don't know why they just
Ibrahim Konate.
This is a game changer for them. This win.
So Florent Wirtz.
Yeah, for me that guy is
signing.
Fantastic signing.
I mean, his talent has never been in doubt.
But people used to say that Liverpool fans have always like, Wirtz has been the problem. They should bench him. That they were not supposed to sign him.
The price tag is big.
The price tag, so
yeah, he's big.
I believe now he's only living up to the expectations anyway. So
all right, so living up to the billings, that's about Florent Wirtz. But at the end of your Joe, I need to be signing you out at this point in time. Thank you so much for making it a worthwhile moment on the show today. Salah will not be happy with you, so you know. I don't really think Salah will be happy with you. But you have a word for us.
Yeah, it's 30 December anyway, so this is the month for parties.
You party?
Yeah, I party.
You spend money?
You have to be cautious now.
You say 30 December. That one don't mean say go to run for ground for 30.
January is long.
30 December, how you call it?
30 December now, you splurge, you go out, you meet people, you celebrate.
All right. Thank you so much.
Just be safe out there, whatever you're doing.
Just be safe. That's the word.
Just be safe out there.
That word big go.
Yeah.
All right, so we shift attention now and go to other sports. Be safe out there. That's the word from Adeniyi. You already heard him say that. And he said 30 December. I only asked, now I'm say go the roof for ground because it sounds like Lamba. But let's talk about Djokovic, a man I love to talk about all the time. Novak Djokovic in the world of tennis opens up on rebuilding his body after 2025 injury disruption. The 38-year-old hopeful renewed focus on recovery and fitness can help him compete at the best through 23rd ATP season. Novak Djokovic says he is reconstructing his body and rebuilding his body as well during the tennis off-season to prepare for the rigor of the 23rd year as a professional. Moving on, 24-time Grand Slam champion who turned 38 this summer hopes an intensified focus on recovery and fitness will help him overcome the injury struggle and punctuated his 25th season. Djokovic was hampered by recurring shoulder issues and that have forced him to withdraw from November's ATP final in Turin, that's in Italy. But the same international was also forced to retire, injured from his Australian Open semi-final against Alexander Zverev in January and required a medical timeout during his third round victory over Cameron Norrie at the US Open in August. Now, where he lost to eventual champion Carlos Alcaraz in the semi-final. But speaking to reports, about the Qatar Grand Prix where he showcased his readiness and recovery power. Djokovic explained, saying, I'm taking a short break and I'm trying to reconstruct my machine. That's his body. So to say, in racing terminology, I've been getting injured more than how it used to be in the last 18 months. So I'm trying to rebuild my body. So the start of the season will be a great one for me. And hopefully I can keep it up with the best guys. That's a true one. But something happened when asked to explain what the pod does. Djokovic said a word. He said it's a multi-sensory wellness capsule, and that's a pod that resets your batteries in the shortest amount of time, which is 8 minutes. Djokovic's iconic battle with Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, and Murray have given him a unique insight into what it takes to operate at the cutting edge of a sport. With Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, Max Verstappen vying for the Formula 1 Drivers' Championship in Qatar this weekend, Djokovic had some sage words of advice. So let's talk about the third man. He's 38. I love him so well. I'm a very big fan of Novak Djokovic, so you know. He said, I'm familiar with high stakes, and when everything goes down to the last finish line, seeing these guys perform on the highest level, on the highest stage, is a privilege. So if I were one of those guys, I would stay in my own bubbles. There's so much going on. I'm impressed and shocked with the numbers of distractions going on around the drivers. So they need to keep their own routine and keep things simple. Now, these are personalities that you must reckon with. The upcoming case we'll talk about Djokovic. He's a living legend. He's 24-time Grand Slam champion. He's 38. And if his body continues to give him what he needs, I'm so sure the Serb international will continue to up his game. Now, he talked about the Lando Norris, the Oscar Piastri in the Formula 1. The mentality is what keeps legends like this going. And that's like Ronaldo. He's 40, he's 38. Ronaldo is 40, right? But you can see how he plays his game. His mentality is top-notch, second to none. And that's what Djokovic is really looking at this point in time. But let's talk about a man who is saying, yes, this is me. I'm a gay, not male. It's about the rising star, rising Swiss international tennis star Mika Brunold has now become just the second male tennis player to openly come out as a gay while competing as an active player in the sport. Brunold is 21. He revealed in an Instagram statement on Saturday that he was a member of the LGBT plus community, revealing that he was proud of who he is in a powerful message. The Swiss follows in the footsteps of João Lucas Reis da Silva, the Brazilian star who became the ATP Tour firstly openly gay active player last year after opening up about his relationship with his boyfriend, currently ranked 307th in the world. Talk about the ATP Tour ranking. Brunold reached a career high of 289 in August 2025. The Swiss reached the semi-final of two ATP Tour Challenger events in 2025 and also handed a wild card into qualifying at the Swiss Indoor in Basel this October, pushing then world number 62 Rally Opelka at the way in a 3-set loss. In a statement revealed on his Instagram on Saturday, Brunold revealed that he felt it was time for him to speak openly and honestly about his sexuality. Now, the message is funny and clear. He said, hey, he wrote, hey, today I want to share something personal with you. Because this is actually personal, right? As a professional player, professional tennis player, not male, please. This is about the man talking. He said, I've spent countless hours working on my name, working on my game, my body and my mindset. Through all of this, one of the most important things I've learned is that success on the court isn't just about physical skill. It's about discovering your personality and then staying true to yourself. He said, I've been thinking a lot about how to talk about this. And while it hasn't been easy for me, hiding it and pretending to be someone I'm not was never an option. And he's saying, yes, this is me, I'm Mika Brunold, and I am a gay. Okay, well, all right, so go on. Let's shift attention and talk about the Formula 1, what's really going on. Max Verstappen is in the story. He believes he had long since checked out on himself, and then from being able to defend his World Championship, yet the Dutchman, while down, was far from out and has, with victory in Qatar Grand Prix, battled, and then his way back is what is one thing in contention, but it looks quite shaky and vulnerable. With Lando Norris, the title leaders fought and his teammate Oscar Piastri second in Doha after McLaren made an egregious strategy error. They will now be on a three-way fight to finish at the season finale with 16 points separating all three drivers. Max Verstappen is 12 points back from Norris, while Piastri, a further 4 rows, is on the race. It is an arrow that all will be waiting to know how it goes. But for me, it's unthinkable when Max Verstappen was 104 points behind Piastri after the Dutch Grand Prix. But I must say congratulations to all of these names. Earlier in the midweek, the McLaren chief executive, his name is Zach Brown, had jokingly compared Verstappen to the horror movie. That's a horror movie trope of a character that will simply not stay dead. But just what it is, we need to wrap up here. But I talk about legends like this, Max Verstappen. You can't take away anything from those personalities and how far they've come with a short time. You look at 7-time champion with, I think it's Lewis Hamilton. That's the name. He's with the Ferrari. He made his name with the Mercedes. But you can't write off people like this. Yes, Lando Norris, we should be talking about them. Oscar Piastri, we should be talking about them. But the record that the Dutchman who came to limelight has changed the world of Formula One is what we should be looking at and give him all of the record that he deserves. But shout out to those who are keeping it cool and making sure they are on top of the game. As another headline says, this one is Red Bull make decision on 2026 drivers leaving Star out of the game. So Red Bull have also reportedly agreed and already decided what their driver lineup for the 2026 season will be. And it's not good news for one Formula One star. With just 2 races left in the 2025 Formula One season, fans are already starting to look ahead to what is expected to be an exciting season in 2026. The 2026 season is one to be talked about. But thank you so much. This is where we have to call it a close. We have the media news coming up next. And tomorrow we'll be telling you more about all that transpired in the world of sport. But stay here with us, don't go anywhere. The Voice of the People, Television, Lagos, Nigeria. This is me signing out. Do have yourself a very great time. It's 2 mornings, so I could say good morning, be safe.
What happens in the hush behind hangar doors? Who signs the papers that gamble with lives? Which truths were grounded before they even ever had wings? If you've ever buckled a seatbelt at 30,000 feet, if you've ever stared out of that tiny window and wondered who's really in control of the skies, it isn't just flight, it's power, it's politics, it's pressure sealed in steel. We're peeling back the clouds from runway risks to sky-high secrets. We're diving deep where most dare not to look. Aviation Scope, every Sunday at 7 p.m. only on Voice of the People TV. We don't just report, we reveal. We don't just ask, we uncover. Because when it comes to the skies, ignorance is turbulence. Aviation Scope, the sky isn't the limit, it's just the beginning.
From the views on the street
We go to bed empty hunger.
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and penchant for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people. In a world where truth is the ultimate power and opinions scream the loudest, it's time to wade through the noise.
Hunger no get tribe! Hunger no get religion!
And scan the human interest and trending topics that matter. Stay tuned to The Issues, your plug to the stories making the buzz, from politics to science and technology, social justice, and more. Let's tackle the tough questions and expose the truth. The Issues, on Voice of the People Television, Mondays to Fridays, 8 to 9 p.m. The Issues. Don't just react, understand.
Behind every broken desk lies a broken promise. Education shapes the nations. But who is asking the right questions? Introducing Edu Dialogue, the show that goes beyond the surface, exposes the cracks, the corruption, and the silence in Nigeria's education system. Edu Dialogue, Saturdays, 3 p.m., only on VOP TV. We break the biggest stories, from missing funds to policy failures. We ask the tough questions and demand real answers. Edu Dialogue, this Saturday, 3 p.m. on Voice of the People Television.
Do you want your voice to be heard? Do you know that you matter in the scheme of things? The People's Voice, the show where ordinary citizens take center stage as we discuss the biggest stories that affect you and I. With you in mind, we facilitate lively discussions, debates, and interviews on the topics that matter most to you and I, from social justice to economic empowerment, education to healthcare, governance, and more, tackling tough topics and amplifying your voice. Join the conversation and make your voice count. The People's Voice. Make your voice count.
Hello there, my name is Damilola Ogunsi, also known as the Goldfish.
Hi, my name is Chiki Bright Emmanuel. I'm an actor and a filmmaker.
Hello peeps, my name is Yomi E. Adejimo.
Hi everyone, I'm Paul Utomi.
Hi everyone, my name is Stacey Benjamin and this is Voice of the People TV.
I need you to keep it locked to VOP TV. See, are you looking for good entertainment? You want to get good movies, good music, politics, talk shows, sports and entertainment. You really want a channel that gives you everything you need without you having to run around. VOP is where you are. That's Voice of the People.
If you're not listening to this, you're not one of us. And you deserve to be killed. Scrap chat. Don't be killed, but watch it. Well, find